So I asked for approval for the minutes.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes for September 14th, 2021.
I second.
Okay. Rhodey, do you have any updates for us?
All those in favor?
Oh, all of those in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
Gotta do it
Gotta
right.
be fun.
I know, got things to do.
So thank you. Yes, I have, I brought loss runs from the Montana State Fund policy, so we can review those real quick. So keep in mind, this goes back for, I guess we're in the second year of our history with the Montana State Fund. On the second page, page 2, we have minor claims. The first claim at the top of the page was simple fracture, looks like, and it was a medical only, $562.65. The next claim, while working in a trash compactor, the employee stepped on the access panel, and panel slid out from under him, so it's a sprain. That one is medical only of 1964. The third one is unhooking the chain from a grader and post loader, the loader bucket smashed right pointer finger. Again, medical only at $2,911. The next one on page 3 is slip, trip, fall. And that resulted in a medical payment of $926. And then we have other material handling, manual material handling claim. Slipped off and hit the post pounder, hit him in the head for $652. And that's it. And I guess the message I'd like to send to this group is, you know, those aren't bad. And what's nice about them, obviously we'd like to see no claim, right? But the fact that those claims were no lost time accidents is very important for Grand County. I think I've explained to you in the past the impact on your experience modification factor, your EMOD, if you have a wage loss claim. Sometimes they can't be avoided, right? I mean, sometimes the injury is severe enough that you do have to have that wage loss is triggered, but nonetheless, good work there. I mean, those are all minor accidents, you know, and without wage loss. So that's really important to know. So anybody got any questions on that?
No.
No.
Okay, Brody.
We were just talking about you guys' fire codes. Is there anything that you want to say on?
No,
Talk about, sorry,
no, go ahead.
we were just talking about you guys doing your fire drills. It's been a while since you've done it.
Told you.
Yeah. I think,
I didn't know we were supposed to.
I think we're gonna plan to try to do one here soon, because I think it's been an incredibly long time since we've had one. From what we've found digging around, I don't know when the last one was, but
Long time ago.
And then just the other thing is I gave you all those maps.
yes,
So hopefully if you have to update anything, you can go in and update those maps.
yep, Jackie's been working on updating them.
Awesome.
We've had some office names change and things like that. so
Okay, cool.
Been getting those updated. Yeah,
there's anything else that you can't find from these files, just call it, maybe you have it, so. Yeah, that's about all I really had on the fire stuff.
Is Karen here?
Karen is not here right now. She's at home. She had a phone call with her from that doctor,
Okay.
whatever conference call.
Sure. Janine?
I don't have anything to report. Other than the dome sign, getting some work done on it.
Is it?
He came yesterday and showed me he was putting some stuff on there and had the big thing over there and whatnot. So, you know, that bucket thing.
Was it, was
Yeah.
it looking at?
Yeah, well, he's putting a whole new thing on the dome. That's all gonna be redone because of the leakage that we've been having. And he mentioned a few things to me, but he's gonna take me up there after the first of the year, because he said he should have it done through Christmas break. Because he doesn't have his daughter, she's going to her mom's for Christmas. So he's hoping to get it done during that time. But there's some other issues that we're gonna have to look at later down the line. Of some boards that are swelling and pulling away or something. He said he'd show me after the first year and gets the other stuff done.
Never ends.
I know, sure doesn't. It's just, yeah. Other than that, I don't have anything, no.
Valerie continues to do, we have to do the mandatory IPOS call every month test page. So she continues to do that, and she's been updating addresses and things in the system, so that is about that for her. Paul's not here.
He's at the doctor.
Okay, did he have anything? I
He
didn't talk.
said they fixed the back of that solid waste place out here. It's up and going, that's about, he couldn't hardly understand it. So, he's sick.
He's got a message.
I don't know if you guys have seen them yet, but just an FYI, it's the Department of Labor started.
Can you speak up, please?
Sorry, the Department of Labor, they just started doing their inspections again. So, I don't know, have you guys got hit by them yet?
No, that'll be next week.
They're coming next week.
We need to let
Oh, so, but they are out about doing their inspections, so just kind of an FYI. for you
So
on
is that the ones that like went to the Drummond?
Yes, yep,
Like the hall,
Yep.
the road departments and the
Yep.
garbage?
yep.
So they're doing their surprise inspections, and public entities and school districts are kind of on their radar. And so hopefully, you know, the stuff that you've got in place will suffice, but if something comes up where they find something that they're,
They,
of course, they always find something, they'll find an extension cord cut or something.
they have to find something.
Right, you're right.
If they do it themselves, so.
But I guess if there's anything in that report, once you get it that you need help with, please let us know so that Brody and I can tend to it. I mean, we feel like you probably have a lot of the stuff ready to go. You'll probably do just fine, but you're right, they'll invariably find something, so.
Your road crew shop does a great job, so. I think last time I went through there, they barely found anything, so. So Paul's doing a good job.
That's what I said to Blanche this morning. I said, you know, these safety meetings, because those are important when we do get audited, that we have all the, you know, minutes and everything else that need to be submitted when we get audited. And these safety topics that you send out that they show that they're sent to all. So, safety modules for 21. Sue was working on that.
I think we had 24 people completed all of their modules. I have the gift cards.
Okay.
So we're
Did
good to
John
go.
do this?
I would have to look at the specific list, yeah.
That's one that they'll get down there. at the lower
Oh, yeah, I'll also look at the specific report for road.
If you can print me a copy of that, so I can put it in the book. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I can't remember. Does the road crew do periodic safety meetings?
They're supposed to.
They have, yeah. I know
They should probably write something down and turn it into us.
He's
least
supposed-
quarterly,
He's
is what you
supposed to, yeah, they're supposed to have, a lot of times they do them in the mornings, walk arounds and stuff, well, they're supposed to do walk arounds anyway, but he's supposed to have that on record. Always.
And
know
I-
we talked about it before.
I've given them safety forms so that like the topic, the date, and then everybody is to sign them. So I'll check with that.
Yeah, that's a good point. They're always wanting to know what you can prove, right? You can tell them what you've done and you've done it, but they don't care. They want you to show what
Documentation.
you've done. So you bring up a great.
Well, I think they should probably show them to us like quarterly or something, especially, like you go into winter, you got the winter problems and you go into spring, got spring
No,
problems.
I think it's a good deal. I think there should be something he fills out. I'm sure he has them in his book, but he should bring them in here so that. That way it covers us.
Do you want him to start bringing them on the safety meeting?
Yeah. that'd be the
Present it
best way to
safety.
do it. That way we can go over them if there's something on them that we need to look at or think guys, or something comes up soon too, we can just get a hold of us.
And if you want topics, I have.
And John's really good. I send the monthly statements to them and to Jody, and John has everybody read through them and they sign them right on the, and so that's kind of nice to have in the books that they're returned.
Do you want me to send you the safety topics?
Oh, that'd be great.
And then I used to say, I don't want a thumb drive, but we got new computers in our company. And so everything has to be encrypted, so it's just easier to send them through email, so I'll have to send you a couple different emails with them.
That's fine. And like, what I do is when I send them out to each department head, then I print off the email of who they went to. So that we just have that
Cool.
documentation too.
But they were received, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Awesome.
I have, the next meeting will be March 15th. Okay. We have nothing else.
Does a
March
tabletop
15th.
thing fall in under safety?
We can talk about it. You betcha. So we're doing tabletop tomorrow. Starts at 11:30 down at City Hall. There is a Zoom link if people can't attend in person.
Blue jeans.
Blue Jeans link, yeah. So, yeah. The last one I went with, Vanessa Hone is actually gonna be doing it. Jeremiah is indisposed, so he cannot be there, but Vanessa will be doing it. I did the one with her on Threadbare. Does an excellent job, so I learned a lot of things. As of this morning, we have like 25 coming, and I'm a little nervous because I'm making all the food, and so scrambling to make sure we have food, so. Yeah, anybody wants to come, bring a
I
sandwich.
told you that I would be there.
Bring a sandwich. Yeah,
Town hall.
yeah, so, we're just trying to get with Vanessa on how many exactly we have, and some are emailing me and some are calling, some, and I mean, it's, yeah, we're not getting.
I can't make it.
Oh, darn it. So anyhow, it'll be good. We have search and rescue. I haven't heard from any ambulance people at all.
For the superintendent.
Yeah, we have superintendent from Peeper coming. We have fire city from Drummond, those fire, public works men from Drummond and Phillipsburg will be there. Fire chief will be there. Yeah, Paul Talon will be there. So
What is this tabletop thing?
it is showing like if the dam bust, what happens.
Okay,
So it's usually like our LEPC group. That's a
Okay.
local emergency planning committee.
yeah, you told me about.
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We discussed that.
Yep, so. Anyhow, so nothing else to discuss. I will ask to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor? All in favor?
Good job.
Did that.
Do you want me to copy?
My minutes.
Yes, do you want me to copy it? You want to listen to?
No, I think that's
Okay.
okay. I'll bugger for stuff.
Okay, well, I just asked because Mike always just. so.
And I printed that stuff off too. In fact, I was gonna show it to Jimmy and once all of this.
I'm going off until 9. Okay, we're back on. We've already done the pledge. So is it time for Paul? Paul's not here. Scott, do you have anything?
Not really. I see they're putting quite a bit of sand out of there. It's pretty icy, but everything looks pretty good. It's just, yeah, I don't have much on this.
Yeah, they sanded these for it and it looked good. Did a good job.
I haven't talked to them about, did they get that other new truck going yet? Or is it
No, what?
the new truck? Is it
No.
all set up? Okay.
Not as of last week.
Yeah, other than that, I didn't. I was up Bear Gulch and it looks good. There's snow, I mean, the roads in good shape. The roads I hit for the county, doing a good job
We don't have any more problems with those people.
with that,
Hmm? We still have problems.
I guess.
Hmm.
I guess,
Hey, Blaine.
Morning,
I kind of,
it's Fu Manchu going.
hey, Blaine,
Hello. What's new?
Grizzlies lost.
Yeah, I did. It, ouch.
yeah.
That was me.
You know, yeah.
Look at him laughing.
Losing, not to make excuses, but losing the quarterback and best receiver right there at the get-go, yeah, they couldn't move the ball. But shows you need a good backup quarterback.
Yeah.
You got the Bobcats really been good.
Oh,
I think they'll win this
they're
weekend.
awesome, yeah.
Yeah. James Madison's good though, but no, never know. Yeah.
Coming into Bozeman, ain't it?
South Dakota State, yeah. Yep, they have.
That place will be loud.
Yeah, should I hope that.
Well, anyway, we're supposed to be on the roads.
You distracted us.
Hmm?
All coming in, there's the,
He went to the doctor. He's got
Yes.
pneumonia or something.
lots of stuff going around. It's not, I don't think it's COVID, but there's lots of stuff going around. Going through school. Oh, good.
You know, I ran into a mom yesterday who was telling me her girls had just a weird flu bug with a fever and flu bug thing going on, not COVID, but just a bug.
Then everyone has the Christmas concerts and
Yeah.
spread it around.
Sing and spit on each other, all was good.
Stay away from everything.
Seems like for a few years there, the day after those, everyone was barfing. It's like,
When was that?
yeah, like my kids were.
Oh.
real
Yeah.
little.
Recently?
No, my kids were like real little.
Oh,
My kid was licking something the other day, I can't remember where we were at, and I was like.
yeah, I'll just bring it up one more time, where you drop down to Elk Creek. We're gonna have to do something there, where that guy wanted to widen the road, we couldn't widen the road.
Where at?
In Elk Creek, past my place on East Fork.
Oh, where they surveyed it and everything and then.
Yeah, there's getting to be so much traffic out there, and I drive by there. I like, somebody's gonna go off this one day.
You do have the 60-foot right of way. Is that help to expand it a little, or is that? like-
Yeah, I think I can talk to one landowner into taking off some of them corners. At some time, if we get an excavator.
I think the thought of a subdivision, big subdivision coming in there.
Well, yeah, well, they put 2 more of those pad mount things or junction blocks or whatever they are for electricity
So it's,
right down there in Elk Creek. So it looks like they're gonna sell off. No, 3 more, 3 or 4 more.
is coming and. building. What landowner did you talk to?
Oh, Noid, I could talk to Noid about on his part. That's the steepest part, actually.
Like, they wanna, drop an easement agreement, I can do it.
So nothing else for roads, I guess? So we'll go off until 9:10. Yeah, Rick brought this up and he'd been talking to the sheriff and everything, and we talked about it last week. And so maybe we can let Rick talk about it, but you know a lot about the junk vehicles, and Blanche does too for the financing and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
I talked to that lady, oh, it's been a few months ago, and I talked to her about how they get rid of them and if you could buy them and that. And it's so much paperwork to sell them, that's a pain in the ass, she even said. And then they have to have so many before they can bring the crusher in. It has to be anywhere from 50 to 75 cars.
Mhm.
And then trying to get somebody to come in and crush them right now until their price goes back up. They won't, we don't have enough cars. There's like maybe 20, 25 in there.
58.
Is that what there is now? I haven't been out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's when I was talking to her about before. She's really cool lady. I talked to her quite a bit. To sell them outright, it's
Really, because the state's administrative rules say that you can sell them with written permission from the department. And I didn't know what the written permission entails. And but to back up to the beginning, the purpose of the inquiry was the sheriff's department has a firing range in the same gully as these junk cars. And we've been making a lot of improvements to the range. So I'm trying to make sure that we don't encroach on the space that they need for the junk cars as we're improving the firing range. With the 58 cars that are up there now, they're kind of up to where we've built our, target stands and all that stuff. So I called.
Just a second, state your name
Oh,
for the
right.
people on Zoom.
You said Rick, so it's Rick McGill, Eastport. So I called that Speed Kingery yesterday, and it's really hard to communicate because he's probably 90.
What?
Yeah, he must be in his 80s or 90s.
Age doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Go age. on
Yes.
this.
I tried to find out from him what the process was, and like you're saying, it sounds like a can of worms to.
it's
get
a
anything
big one.
done.
It's,
But-
yeah. Why can't we just put them back there further, have the county come up there with a loader and move them? Because I put a bunch of them in there and there was just, the way that stuff got pulled out there before, there was somebody going in and getting parts off this stuff, and I called the sheriff.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've been pulling them out so they could get, you ain't supposed to, but why can't we stack them?
No, well, you can stack them, section says you can stack them, but then they might be visible. Once you get it above that fence, you can see them from the road. But the state rules say 200 is when they'll do anything. But I couldn't get an answer from the state yesterday, it goes to voicemail. So my question for them was, how hard is it to get that written permission, what that process is involved, and who has to do that? Would that be something that Kingery has to do, or is that something the county can do? Because it's the,
So the budget process, the county does,
right,
and they send it in and then they get their grant money.
right, from the state.
Yes, and
They
what
don't-
Speed does is you mark the vehicles that want, he marks them and calls, and he does fine, he does a good job at that.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, we talked at
it's-
length about it yesterday and the inventory and stuff that he
Yeah.
does. And he said, he confirmed that I could see the numbers that are up there.
See, and he
confirmed
turns in a report every year.
Right, quarterly.
And it
Annually.
comes in, yeah, and so the vehicles are counted that have been hauled in, and once upon a time, it was just the road crew that
Yeah.
that hauled it in and they got paid and then there was times when towing companies tow it in.
Because it was costing the county more to have 3 guys go out with the loader and the trailer trying to get stuff out of people's yards and
Yeah.
just hire somebody.
Yeah.
And
What's
I'm
that
actually,
liability?
I've been on some of the hiring, towing some of these cars around town out there.
Mhm.
And we looked at that before when they were starting to shoot out there and then they used some of the cars for the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Sheriff said he wanted
Yeah,
to use.
he
some
was-
cars.
Say
He's
some of
fine with it. He
Yeah.
said it's just fine. He was saying last week that they shoot the windows out and, you know, it's, he's okay with the way it is right now.
And if we
Yeah,
have to.
No, right now it's fine,
Yeah.
and my interest was for future improvements in the range, and I didn't want it to get to the point where they were bringing more cars in and we had to relocate further out, which isn't a big deal, but it's, you know, if we could plan
Well,
ahead.
it's not actually a shooting range. It's a junk vehicle and the sheriff doesn't have anywhere else to go, so he's using it.
Understood.
So
He has an
It's,
agreement.
we don't fix it up for the sheriff, but we have to keep it.
We can move some back though.
Well, they're pretty well compacted, they're bumper to
Yeah,
bumper.
there's room though.
In
There's,
there.
cause I put some, most of them,
Yeah,
not most of them, but a lot
yeah,
of
he
them.
has an agreement with the mayor on the use of the property for the fire range, just as a.
Blaine, did you have a question?
No, I'm sorry, I was just gonna, yeah, I already said it. I think we can, yeah,
See,
kind
and I-
of work with you and make sure, yeah.
And I tried to get a hold of
Range.
Gear Lodge and Anaconda too, because I seen when they were crushing Wayne, because the price was up, but the county won't get nothing now because the state paid the county $100. Every time you bring one in, $100 get paid here.
Right.
So they're theirs, and then to get them, I talked to that lady and it is a pain in the ass to do all the paperwork for one car. So you figure out you're gonna shoot 58 cars, somebody's gonna have, it isn't worth the money. So,
The question also came up if private people could do that, private people could have a business and if there's money in it, they could buy used cars and take care of them too.
it has, when you talk to her, it has to be done a certain way.
Yeah.
So,
They have
So they
to, they have to be a wrecking facility.
'cause I
Property
checked in
license,
on it just to see it in your liability and all that, and then the cleanup, if you hit one of them and the gas tank or something, it's a big deal.
Yeah, so I don't see anyone doing it, but someone could if they
I
wanted to go.
I
through
checked
it.
in on it, 'cause I thought it'd be a good side thing when the price was up at $200 a ton. I thought I could buy the car. It came down to, it wasn't worth the money to do. Yeah, that's, I backed out.
Yeah, the amount they pay the county or they pay into the fund is a $100 now, at least it went up $25. But yeah, my interest was just for future planning and stuff. It was just a question when I called Chuck.
I don't
And
think
he said Scott was the one who called, but Scott wasn't here next week, so.
I don't think you're gonna have as many cars anymore as we did either, because there a while we had that cleanup going on and it was a big deal. And,
Right.
you know, I mean, I haven't hauled a junk car in probably 2 months, so I
Yeah.
mean, it's really slowed down. That's just me. I mean, I don't know anybody else.
Yeah, I asked him how often they get them. He says a couple times a month. But I haven't seen any movement over there in the year that I've been working in there, so.
Yeah, I tried to even buy them, you know, when they call you to go out, you can't touch them. Once they've got that paint on them,
What's the
Yeah.
numbers on them?
the
Yeah.
speed's been on.
Yeah.
They're in the system.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right, that's all my interest.
But we can help a little bit, move some of them on that one corner there. I know that the way they sit is kind of crooked, the guy could push them around with the loader and square them up. You could, guy can make it.
Hmm.
Then, yeah,
I'm trying to make sure that when tow truck brings one in, he's got room to maneuver in there and.
Well, that's usually Scott.
yeah, you drop down in there and it's damn muddy and now sometimes you just got drunk. And so that's why they're spread out too.
Yeah.
Some of it's my fault. I ain't gonna say it. I dumped them more I could. They had to get out of there. So,
Well, thank you for that.
well, we'll help though. I mean,
I'm
we'll
still
do
there for the
what we can.
marijuana stuff, so I'll keep my seat.
Well, it's not until 9:30, so
9:30.
we got 2 more things to go through.
All right.
But yeah, that's, like I said, I've done some, can't get away from it. You know, you sit there and spin and it's.
Alrighty. That's close enough, 9:20. Georgetown Lake. It's not doing anything. Staying the same. It's not good. Switch.
I was supposed to be getting more precipitation this week.
Hmm?
Get back, supposed to get more precipitation this week.
Yeah, hopefully.
So it's just kind of.
Yeah.
Staying the same.
No, it's 24. Well, it's going down, it's going up a little bit.
Is it
I think
back
it's-
frozen?
Oh, I better sign.
I think though, you know, it's just it's a tough year so far, yeah. I mean, you know, it could change. Maybe that one year was like this and then all of a sudden it started raining and raining. Mother Nature's pretty much in control right now.
Well, I guess they're gonna talk with the group, the committee, about going down to 4 in January. That's pretty. I don't know if we can make power 4.
We're at what, 6? And it's not completely frozen yet, right? It was,
Was about and
Huh?
then thought of warm weather.
Well, that's gonna help us once it freezes
Yeah.
over and then with that wind blowing, at least it's not gonna take that right off the top so much. either. But it's a tough year. I don't very much, we just keep praying we get moisture. That's.
So we need a motion to
keep
continue
it
with
at
6.
6. I make a motion, we keep it at 6.
Second.
Is there any public comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oh, I don't see a dam inspection.
I didn't get a copy of the dam inspection, but Brandon is doing the class today. I think he forgot to attach the dam inspection because he sent me an email that says dam inspection and that he's in the class, so I need to just, I think he forgot to attach it, so. I will get it attached later today. There is another letter I have with her for an extension request from Russell. I just forgot his last name from Dow, who needs an extension on the ODST. Do I need to put that on the agenda for next week, or can that be signed and filed with this one from Jeremiah?
I guess you forgot to put second reading on.
I was wondering that too.
Hmm?
I was going first reading, is the first reading again.
That's okay.
Hmm?
If you guys wanted to pass it today, you could. It's a second reading, but
Yeah, I can just say it's
it's
officially second reading.
statute doesn't require 2 readings. Your public participates in the resolution.
Hmm.
It's 2 readings.
We have a couple minutes. Yeah, you know,
To do that. Have you looked at it?
I did, yeah. Okay, good job. Sorry about that. You're very happy with it? Fine.
Hmm?
You're happy with it?
Yeah. is there what other changes? It was just the COLA, right? Yeah.
I try to get caught.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, felt so.
So, I guess probably when we go back on, we need to update.
We're actually on.
We're on, okay. So to
We gotta
update
talk about the letter first.
the letter. Oh, okay,
Oh, this one?
Mhm. And we'll open that up now. It's close enough to
right.
9:25. So this is a letter for to FERC to file the updated PMF study report for Flint Creek project.
Yes, and then I actually have an additional letter for FERC that I sent you guys in the email last week from Dow to request an extension for the ODSP.
Dow wants an extension.
On the ODSP, he had a difficult time conducting some of the interviews that he needed, so he's requesting an extension till April 1st. I do have the draft though of the ODSP. I think this is the- I use that. I think this is ready for me, yes.
I read some of that. I got it.
Okay. No.
So will they agree to this, you think?
It's
There's,
it's likely.
if it's reasonable, they usually will do it, so I see. if they'll do it.
You wanna look at this? The one about Dow.
The ODSP
This is
one,
about
I just
Dow.
got this one.
Sounds good.
So I guess we'll need a motion to send both of the letters.
I make a motion, are we sending to the regional engineer and then this one here?
Second.
Any public comment?
Hang on.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thanks. Okay, we're close enough. It's a time for the resolution approving two ballot issues for primary election on June 7th, 2022 in regards to local option excise taxes for non-medical marijuana and medical marijuana And this is actually, it's on the agenda as first reading, but it's actually second reading. We agreed to that. We talked about this last week and it was, all these people here are concerned it was on the same issue as the vote for marijuana. And that doesn't seem fair. Do you want to put a tax on it? Do you want it or do you want to put, then vote, do you want to put a tax on it? And we pretty much agreed that that's probably a legitimate concern.
The concern was that it would confuse the electors if it was on the same ballot as the distribution of marijuana. And so they felt that, and I felt that, okay, if there was any discussion, they felt that it shouldn't be on this, it shouldn't be on the primary.
It should be
These
on the
ballot issues for the
general
taxes,
election.
because it would confuse
Next
the
November.
electors. Okay, then I felt that we do need this, and I understood that we as commissioners decided that we were going to put a tax on the marijuana distribution. So we felt that if there was anybody in that was wanted these issues on the primary ballot, that they had a right to voice their opinion. And so this is the second reading. And I don't know if there's anybody else.
Is there anybody here that wants to put it on the primary ballot? None. So I guess I'll make the motion, since we kind of agreed to this, that we will postpone this until after the primary. And if needed, it'll go on the general election.
So I wanted in the motion that we're going to have both issues on the general ballot. If the distribution for the marijuana in Granite County, if it passes, then we won't need to do it. If it doesn't pass, we need to tax it in both the medical and the recreational. I feel should be on issues on the November ballot, should the distribution of distributing in Granite County fail.
No, I'll agree to that.
Where does the 3% go?
Hmm?
Where would the 3% go?
It would go, it's distributed all over the county.
But, you know, if they, if they sell $100,000 worth of marijuana, county get $3,000.
The amount isn't the issue.
No, I was just curious
Yeah.
when it's showing, I was just.
So, okay, my motion is that we postpone it and we do what Blanche said, to have both of them on the general election.
Yeah. Blaine,
One clarification is the primary ballot will be recreational, adult recreational dispensaries, so that, yeah. I have no issues with your motion.
so, and
It
then,
works, but you need to have two readings of the resolution.
Right. so we.
So we can do it now as a second reading.
No, we need to have two more readings for it being in November, but it's easy, they actually have plenty of time to.
So how do we take care of this one then, right now?
I would, here's what I'd say. Just do a motion to reject the resolution, and then in, yeah, have two additional readings here in January. For potentially new
Yeah,
resolution,
we
or you can,
yeah,
or you have time, you can wait.
I just like to take care of this one right now, so that everybody can come
I
back.
need a motion to,
Dismiss.
reject this.
Okay, I'll change my motion to dismiss this resolution for now.
What my thought was is, okay, I can see their point, and I can also see that we have to get it on the ballot if we're going to be able to tax it. I mean, we have to get it on there. And I see where they're coming from, but I also see where the elector is not simple-minded. They would know that if it fails, if this distribution fails, and they're voting yes for the tax, then that would be null and void after the fact. So I agreed with Chuck on, we can postpone these ballot issues for taxes, but we have to address them in the future and they have to be on the general
If it
ballot.
passes.
Yeah. Yeah, if it passes, and it has to be addressed.
One thing you may wanna do is wait until after the primary and then. talk
Yes,
about-
and that's
talk about
absolutely
it
right.
again.
We'd have to wait till after the
Yeah,
primary.
and,
So
So you just table it then, just keep tabling it?
we could
till-
like rescind this resolution and then go forward, and it would not be, there would be, these ballot issues would not be on the primary, just the distribution. Against distribution in Granite County
Is this
would
what
be
you
on.
guys kind of want planned or
And if
not
the-
planned, but?
If that doesn't pass, then the distribution would be yes in Granite County. And so we'd want on the November election,
Right.
the tax on both medical and recreational. Does that, you guys see that?
It allows the voters to decide on that
Yeah,
tax.
Which
yes or
it
no.
should.
Yeah, so I agree. It should be the
See,
voters.
yeah, see, the commission can decide to have a tax, but the voters have to say yes or no.
I agree. I mean, you guys been dealing with it, so. If you want me a second.
Yeah, okay.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any public comment then, or
Just a question, and it may already be too late for that, but for Blaine, the wording of the ballot issue in the primary for allowing distribution of recreational marijuana, the wording is that I'm worried about the wording on the ballot being confusing in itself, saying if you're voting yes, you're voting against having it, or if you're voting no, you're voting for having it, where I've seen that come up before in ballot questions.
Yeah, that's the, I understand what you're saying there. That's the statutory
Yeah,
way of doing it. I know it can be a little bit confusing there. We could do, could potentially do like an explanation, talk about an
yeah. So
explanation.
the unfortunate thing about ballot language is you have to do it.
It's dictated
And
by.
it is confusing. Some people think that, okay, am I voting for this or am I voting against it? Because if you know in past ballot issues that this has happened with all kinds of issues that
I
people
think
are
also if there's gonna
confused.
be a campaign by private groups, that could be
Yeah.
one of the, that could
Yeah.
be one of the, voting for the prohibition, you gotta vote this, and then gotta vote this way on the ballot. Have the sample ballot with some of the materials.
Well, and you possibly could have proponents and opponents, so they're gonna explain the ballot language.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
this is a big issue for distributors that want this to pass.
So this would be kind of up to people that don't want it to get signs out showing that they don't vote against.
Right, just for, so they understand you're voting for not to have the
Yeah.
distribution center or in Granite County. No distribution of marijuana in Granite County is what we're,
Yeah,
Is
on
on-
the recreation,
is
yeah,
a
it's on the
ballot.
recreation, but yeah.
or yes or no. Do you want it or do you not want it? So I mean, it's just,
okay, any other further comments? All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
I,
Aye. Got it.
Thank you very much.
you're
Thanks for coming
welcome,
in.
thank you.
Okay, that was quick, so we're gonna be off until ten, 10:30
Ken?
or 10. No, we're on now, we're doing claims.
There you be.
Okay, thanks.
These little nuts. They think crackers, where's the meat?
I was gonna say dip, like,
Yeah, too dry, but some.
Little cookies. I'm for letting you guys eat these.
that, who were those two people? Was that Vanessa?
Must be.
Pretzels in that deal too? Pretzels in that deal?
Oh.
Don't worry, my dad forgot his too.
Thank God they can't fire, but they give you a little time.
Yeah.
We're on. Just so you know.
You paid, you paid.
Yeah, so. Much talking.
Did you get a pass too, Steve?
No, because I haven't been skiing since I was 15.
Are you a skier or snowboard?
So I tried to snowboard last year and I bruised my tailbone. And
Get it out of
so,
your wrist.
yeah, so I'm gonna try to ski this year. Titus learned to snowboard last year. And this year he wants to try skiing. So it's like, why grew up skiing? Give it a whirl. So we'll find out what we do well.
Is the school gonna go up a few times too?
I think his class, because he's younger, I think they only go up once. The older the kids get, the more often they go.
Good program.
Mhm.
Trains up the next generation skier.
I know. It's nice with it, so close though.
When I was in kindergarten here, half day, I would go up and
Mhm.
lunchtime once a week with my dad. Half day. That worked for morning or afternoon though. Just had a better memory.
Yeah. I remember going all the time. Remember my best friend that I used to ski with was Cody Hope though, and she was so good though.
Cody,
Cody Hope,
oh yeah,
she was such a good skier. I was not that good. She would always want to go down the backside and I don't know.
I'll do Winning Ridge and Medicine.
I need to stay out in the front. I'm gonna start on the bunny.
A big long one, I'd like to do something center stage.
Got it in here?
The one that's like right in the, like, it's right side.
All right. You can access from the back now, right?
Yeah, but it's not, that's not open to, maybe they'll start doing more. Silver Chief, just let the sheriff know.
I'll go home and then I think those other ones are gonna dial in at 11. Are you want me to stay?
I can explain it.
Somebody is. Oh. Come back in at 11. I'll send it. Okay, bye. Thank you.
Chocolate pretzel.
Hmm.
Chocolate
No,
pretzel.
no thanks.
Well, there might be caffeine in the chocolate.
What's that?
means Billy and I can have more.
Load up. Are you going to the tabletop tomorrow?
No, unless people wanted me to.
It's all the fun. All the fun of the day. It's gets more fun every day.
Three commissioners go up there.
So I made an engine for it. Apparently struggles, it's been like doesn't work anymore, but. So the mayor down there has the ability to use their Blue Jeans link to stream it, but if there's only one commissioner there, do we have to limit it like in a meeting?
It's depends on how many council members are there.
Okay.
If there's quorum of them, then
So kind of let it. Okay.
it's pretty informal anyway, I assume, but I'd still. Like to look at it. Oh, no, when it goes off. But are they advertising the jeans?
I updated the agenda.
Blue jeans dropped on the floor. Got one of these cookies. Oh, they come in packages of 2.
Oh, I don't need two.
Okay, I'll take one.
The chocolate couple are.
They look really good.
Just see.
Christmas tree too, in center.
Aw.
These are good. I better get out the screen, eating a cookie.
They're not real dry or.
Mm,
My cousin wants to finish introducing her fiance to some of our family members. And she's like, so I need you to like host a Christmas party. It's like, what? I was
It's your
like,
sister-in-law, said she likes doing that.
her dad has fallen ill,
Oh,
so she's
Sorry.
kind of busy. I've been playing with children. But, so I was like, all right, fine, but you have to help me. So we're doing a potato bar, get rid of the rest of the 4-H. But we're doing a bonfire outside and a hot chocolate bar for the kids. And a s'mores bar thing for the kids. Bonfire.
So you know why we get 2 bills from Republic?
Why? I don't know why.
Like
Hmm?
$10,000. Like $10,000.
yeah, I don't wanna be,
I don't know if it's for each container site or you'd probably have to ask
Daughter would be proud.
Sarah,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking, yeah, I remember it always being 2.
I updated them already, but they might have a question for you too.
I'm running behind on the dome. It's probably not gonna make it by Christmas, but it'll be quick after that. The welder didn't get here till October, and they didn't send all the parts, so that took another month, 3 weeks to get parts. Just taking longer than anticipated, and it's, every bit of it's custom fit, there's nothing up there that's standard, so. I'm on it, I'm snowed off right now, but just giving you an update, it'll be done quick as I can do it.
Awesome.
Yeah, no problem. Take your
Good.
time.
Good, appreciate that.
Don't slip off the roof.
No,
Yeah.
I parked it for today.
What kind of boots you got on? Got
Can't-
cleats
can't
on
stand
those?
up up there, Dancing around all over trying to get the lift in. But there is some more damage I found up there around, there's a little piece of tin goes all the way around the building. And it tucks into the brick on the bottom and it's, the mortar's rotted, just freeze thaw, pushed it out. So I want to address that sometime down the road.
So, replace the mortar or?
Yeah,
And the tin?
yeah, I'd have to pull the tin loose and then clean the mortar out and then tuck it back in with new mortar. And I can run you up there sometime when it's not snowing or show up to you. It needs repainted too, the paint's all falling off. It's galvanized, so it's not gonna rust off, but
Hmm.
it would enhance the looks a lot, and we need to address that mortar coming out.
Yeah, like, you know, the agenda in January for,
And I gotta finish something first.
well.
February.
That, I don't know, if that's contingent for you guys, but I mean.
Yeah, it'd be a warm weather project to
Yeah.
get for the mortar up there, so June, July-ish. So for sure don't have any frost. But it'd help it out a lot for the looks to get that tin repainted, all that trim, needs sandblasted, repainted, it'd look real sharp.
Last people that did it, and it all fell off.
Yeah, you'd have to sandblast and use the epoxy coating, and it's expensive, sort of painted the jail bathroom, redid the bathroom in the jail with an epoxy, and it looked pretty good.
You're gonna put that over the cell too, right? And the-
Yeah, that's the same product goes over the cell.
Yeah, so you're doing the cells, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cell too.
So how's that going?
Haven't started it yet. I've got all the steel sitting there. I've got the filtration system ordered, the toilet ordered.
Some fancy in the floor toilet.
Yeah, the in the floor toilet, the $4,000 piece of junk. I said, cut a hole, they're in there for a reason. Need the hotel, but
Yeah.
everything but the padding is ordered and on the way. The padding, of course, still back and forth. Trying to figure out what the best padding would be for long term. Yeah, it's in the works too, but I'm gonna try and finish this stupid thing before I get another hole cut somewhere else, Bill. But yeah, it's coming along, so.
Well,
Get out
good.
of your- Get out of your hair.
Good.
Thanks for coming
You
in.
guys have a good-
Yeah.
You too,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thank you.
Put goodies in front of them, I have to taste them,
Sample.
but I'll leave plenty for you guys.
You can snack on all of it.
Want a cracker,
Okay.
Christmas tree.
sesame seed, Christmas tree. Very boring looking.
Cheese and meat, that's good.
Feel like them. Yeah.
Is there sesame seeds on it? Or is that what they're
There's
made
not-
out of? They're made
There's
of-
sesame, but you can't taste it, because there's only like
Like the
3 little sesames on it, it's not covered with it, it's just,
Yeah, it'd be
like
good
a
with cheese and,
saltine.
cheese and salami on it.
Looks like a saltine cracker. They're very thick.
they're very boring,
They're what?
those are very boring.
Yeah.
It's like a saltine.
These are really good.
So Blanche, you in a pool league?
Huh?
You in a pool league?
No,
No?
I haven't been for years.
Oh, I think you did.
Much beer Wednesday nights or Tuesday nights.
Oh, yeah, good people in the buying stuff.
Oh, here. I haven't signed, oh, does this have to be? I'm gonna sign this for that Jansen thing from last week. The opioids thing that Blaine signs up for online. I have one more. Blaine saying it needs to be notarized. Does that have to be notarized?
No.
No, they just put it fancy looking like that. Make me think that.
Like good $2.
Few bucks adds up.
You guys saw that Rising Sun had appealed the Montana Supreme Court and got their judgment. So we got a judgment on that where they had put the bond in correctly. Well, they appealed that to Montana Supreme Court, so briefs are due from Rising Sun to the Supreme Court on January 10th. And then we have 30 days to file a response brief. I don't think they have a leg to stand on, but jump through all the hoops.
You want to be?
Oh. Looks like one more spot here to sign. Here. 14th.
We're still on, but we're just.
Hello. No, we didn't. No, someone had a made that Christmas design drum, and I'm sure who was selling.
Sage was much important. It's not so good where to go in there. It's like, should we just move on to the
You want me to find out who's that?
No, it's okay. I just thought I'd find your kids out like.
Oh, thanks. Trying to buy one Costco. I see the senior class up here is doing fast food.
Oh, are they?
Don't have a senior.
Nope.
It goes by quick enough.
How much snow are we supposed to get, did you say?
Yeah,
It said like, 70% chance through, you
it's,
say that,
I don't know,
and 80% tomorrow for I think most of the day.
Worry about not trying to get that land swap thing done. But yeah, it's gonna be Gordon's meeting with Bob and then Pam had to pay his taxes.
my iPhone says it's gonna snow today, tomorrow, it snow, then it snows Thursday,
Oh.
Saturday. But I thought earlier, because I was good.
Did they do a motion on the claims?
No motion on the claim.
I'll make a motion to accept the claims.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now it's time for another request for reimbursement, Riddick Field.
They haven't paid us yet?
Hmm,
Oh, it's just another one?
it's another one.
Fourth one, I think.
Is this the final payment?
I thought the last one was final. Or why not?
No.
Reimbursement number 5.
That's the original. I think this Chuck has.
Yeah, just Chuck has to sign.
You want, I can
First
text her
original.
and call too if you want.
Yeah. if you want to.
I can text her and call if you want.
So is there a motion to reimburse?
I make a motion that we request for reimbursement number 5.
Second it.
Any public comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thanks. We're off until 10:40. Now it's time for Granite County Road and Bridge Department and Solid Waste Union Contract Agreement Discussion Decision.
You want me to summarize it?
Yep.
Both are 1-year terms. Both have the 1.2% COLA, so the matrix would change to do that. Everything else is the same. So I have to negotiate again next year. I'm sure they'll be asking for the high COLA, but we'll see what Mako's COLA is. The county hasn't always given COLA to employees, but when the counties have the funds, they try to. So I guess look at it when you next year.
And is this retroactive from July 1?
But it seems like we're gonna be negotiating year round now because
Yeah.
your contracts.
Which is fine.
Yeah, whatever.
Like I said, I think we have to with inflation, the way it is.
Yeah.
We have to. I don't know how we're gonna keep up with it, but
I definitely encourage you to go with what Mako does. Do they look
Yeah.
at the year prior and then
Yes.
just they negotiate that time? I think that's the proper way to do it.
so. Motions to,
I'll make a motion that we go ahead with Granite County Road and Bridge Department and Solid Waste Union Contract Agreement.
I second.
is there any public comment?
Do you have the versions that the union signed already?
Yes.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 So see you in July.
They'll, they have to give us
Again.
notice 30 days prior, I think it's either 30 or 60. you'd have to write. Start it all over.
See you July 2022.
Thanks to Scott, you did a good job. Good job, man.
I think these guys really picked it up after I was gone.
Yeah, all you guys did good.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
We're on your side there, buddy. And we have documentation. No.
But on negotiations and all that, I just plan to pay them for they're two people.
it. I think it's just easier.
Yeah, they should put in the time.
Yeah.
So,
And they need to write it down the right way, so.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to be
Yeah.
checking.
the next commission comes along and they'll,
Well, and I think they were told that they need to write it down because it wasn't written down.
Even the last time that I was here, they tried to pull that.
Yeah.
It's like, you were just told.
Yeah.
And then they go, it's a, you guys did good.
So I guess maybe visit with Paul and tell him if there's any negotiations, they need to make sure they write it on the time card. So there's no confusion and we don't have to. Yes.
We're off until 10:50. Okay, now's the time for. What is it time for?
FEP update.
FEP
Jennifer.
update.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, so I actually have a little bit more to report to you guys this week. We did have a positive in Granite County. This positive did come out of quarantine isolation on last Sunday. So as of today, there is no other positive cases in Granite County. So you're back down to 0. The active cases in Montana is 2,601 cases. As of yesterday, only 196 new ones. So we're starting to see a little bit of a trend going down, but after the holidays, we're thinking that the trend's going to go up just a little bit. In Granite County, you guys are 38% fully vaccinated, which is amazing. The numbers are going up. And that is 1,223 that are fully vaccinated in Granite County. Now, for the Omicron variant, out of the 50 states, 31 states have the Omicron variant in it. Montana does not have the Omicron variant in it at this time. There is 48 cases of influenza in the state of Montana. So we're starting to see more flu coming into our state. So my recommendation, and this is a recommendation, is for people to start wearing masks, washing your hands. If you are sick, get tested at the hospital there in Granite, or if you choose not to get tested, just stay home, take care of your body. For FEP report, my FEP report is completed and done. I can't submit it until January. There is 3 reports that I did send to Billy. I see they are on the agenda for today, and that is the continuing of operations plan, the after action report / improvement plan, and then the communications plan. These plans, there's actually 15 different kind of plans, reports, that the FEP needs to keep updating every year. And I've been working with Blaine for about a month now. And he's approved these 3 for you guys to review and sign on. They're just updating and need to get a new hard copy for the Granite County courthouse in for Blaine as well. I am working again with Blaine. Like I said, there's like 15 of these. 6 of them have been approved, 3 are for you guys. And then the Board of Health will review the other 3 in January when the Board of Health meets again. Do you guys have any questions for me at this time?
Yeah, if you had Delta, can you get that Omicron?
There's not enough study. Leanne and I have been doing a lot of research. If you're fully vaccinated, and it is helping that you are fully vaccinated, wearing a mask to help prevent getting the Omicron. There's just not enough study on the Omicron at this time.
TVFM has a question.
Elena, you got a question? How about,
Yes, thank you. I do have a question and it is TVFM. For the record, it's Elena Gagliano. Jen, you got answers for a lot of stuff. So I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to know the number of cycles of the tests that they make on this COVID, what the cycle threshold is. Do you know?
What do you mean by cycles? How many are they testing per day or?
No, let's see. Most tests are at a limit of 40 cycles. And they should be tested about 35 cycles. These are the tests that they're making. Fauci says that if they're run at any higher than 35 cycles, they give a false positive. So a lot of your tests are probably false positive if they're higher than 35 cycles. I'm surprised that you guys don't know about that, but I'd like information on it.
I will get you
Maybe for the
information
next
on-
time.
I will get you information on that for the next go around because I will sit with Maria Stopler and see where they're at on their testing in the hospital. And I will contact my rep up at the state lab to see what their numbers are for you for the next meeting. Not a problem, Elena.
Okay, that's good because I also have a question into John Ebelt, and he's over at the Department of Health and Human Services, and I'm waiting for an answer from him too.
Okay,
So thank you.
thank you.
so Elena, what's a cycle? I didn't understand that.
Okay, when they do the tests, there's a cycle that they have to follow, and it should be under 35. And that will give the correct results. But with the FDA recommendations, they're doing 40. And the higher it is, it'll pick up a cold. It'll pick up anything. And it'll give you a false positive that you have COVID. It's like, okay, if you don't drop dead before the 7 days or get sicker, then you're over it. But by that time, you have to go to a hospital. And guess what? Anyway, I'll just leave it like that. Thank you.
Elena,
Thanks.
Elena,
you.
I will get you the numbers from the state of what they here in this state does and for Maria Stopler as well, because they do the rapids there in the hospital. So I will find out for you, Elena.
And do you have the lab names? Because I have the lab names, who they send it to.
It would just be the state lab for me.
Well, there's a whole bunch more. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Elena.
Bye.
Bye-bye. My only other question is to the commissioners. I know that your next meeting is the 21st, which is next week. I do not report on that week, but then if I'm correct, your next meeting is on the 4th of January. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, so do I report on the 4th since that would be a third week report?
sounds good.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Jen, this is Blaine.
I
One of
Blaine.
the- Hello, we didn't get this on for decision on these policies, so I think they may just, the commission may table it for next week if that's okay, but we'll get on it.
That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
So a question,
Yes, ma'am.
the rapid COVID tests,
Yes, ma'am.
is that some kind of cycle too, or what?
So the rapid tests in the hospital, what they do is they test you at the parking lot and then they do the testing there in the lab. They don't send it off to the state lab. And again, I will have to find out what the cycle is with Maria's lab. I do not
Well-
know what that is.
The county health, it's their rapid test is you just wait and in the few minutes that it takes
It is 15-minute wait, and we really don't do the rapid test there at the public health there in Granite County. We just have everybody go to the hospital to be tested. There's just not enough to be tested, but I do have rapid tests there at the office in the courthouse if somebody does need to be tested.
That's just like the ones you buy at Walgreens or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay,
so what cycle is that?
they wouldn't cite.
They wouldn't be a cycle?
It's looking, I think, for yeah, some type of chemical or something in that shows. That's why it's not, those have a lot of air in them. Or more.
When we do the rapids, we also do a PCR to the state, so there's confirmation if it's a
Okay.
positive or a negative as well. So it's just not just straight rapid with us. We do both tests at the same time and send it.
Elaine has another question.
Elena,
TBFM.
I mean, TVFM,
No, you can use my name, Elena. That's fine. Now that you know, usually you identify yourself, so that's who I am. But as far as your rapid test, 15 minutes. So you go to the hospital and the hospital gives you the results in 15 minutes. So that's a rapid test in my mind.
It is.
Thank you. So it could be a false positive. Thank you.
Could it be a false negative?
Yeah, so those have happened a lot, even with the.
you know, we ordered the rapid test for our house before I got it. And so we had the test there, and that's how I knew I knew I had it anyway, because I was really sick. But then I took the test and it was positive. I went into the hospital.
We did ours at home too with the rapid test.
How much are they? Is it not that much? are they?
Oh, they were like $30.
My insurance sent me 2
All they did?
tests, but I have to send them in if there's a worry.
Oh.
They
No,
don't tell
no,
me the
no, this
answer.
just tells you it's slipping under a thing. There must be a chemical in there. You
Yeah.
you take the
Yeah, it
swab,
tells it.
yeah, and then it turns a color.
I had to do that.
It tells you.
It's like they're going to your brain, but how far they push it up.
I gotta have that.
Anyway, is there anything else?
No, that was my report for the day.
Okay, so we'll table that other stuff this
Okay.
The fourth.
to the board.
Fourth.
No,
Or next, or whenever you want.
whenever.
So the ones that the commission has to sign, is that what we're gonna do next week then?
Yeah. these are-
Okay. So it's tabled till then and next week. So I guess we're done, Jen.
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
Thanks.
thanks.
Jan,
Was she on that? hospital record?
Okay, now we're on possible reclassification of one public health employee pay.
It's not being open.
Yeah.
well, it's
With
not,
pay.
we've already decided that it was a grade 7, that we bumped it up.
But they're questioning because she has her CNA and she was hired on this, that if they can change it rather than her just being entry level. If she can move up to a step 5, and so.
That is up to the supervisor, like I explained before.
Oh, I thought they
Who's
had to
this?
bring that into the
So,
commission.
okay, so what we did is grade 6 is what they had the area 5 people, and that's super low. And so they rewrote the job description and we agreed to the job description to go up a grade 7. And in that job description, if the supervisor feels that the entry level is, she's more qualified, has more experience, that supervisor can determine what she's to be. And that's fine with the supervisor. We don't have to decide that.
Oh, okay, I thought they could do that when they were hired, but I thought if they were already hired.
No,
on,
she
I was
can-
told they had to application
Well,
for.
it'd be the same thing because you
Okay.
bumped her grade and her experience is such that she's the CNA and they already agreed that they felt the CNA should be at 15, so 14, 19.
Good is on the
Okay.
agenda.
Yeah.
for it to be clear.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, clarified. Does that clarify it?
Did you hear that, Jackie?
So I think that if they're going to do this, is she gonna do this for December's wages?
We wanted clarification, I think they wanted clarification on that too. Jackie is on to represent public health
Okay.
for this. Jackie?
Yeah.
We would like to retro it back to December 1 if possible.
Yes, I think you can.
I would-
What do you say?
I
What do
don't
you
see
think?
Why we couldn't. I would.
I do a motion on that, but I think you, yeah, I think you guys. would.
Right. The motion of the recommend back to 12.
We did make the December or the decision in December to bump the grade from 6 to 7. So I would think that December's wages would be, you could bump them to grade 7, step 5.
That's for this month,
Yeah,
starting for
Yeah.
this month.
starting this month.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I'll second it.
Did you second it?
I'll second it. He seconded it.
No, you seconded
Okay, he's captain, so I'll second it. No.
it. He can do motions as well. So.
So, any public comment? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye. So
Judge,
Jackie, that would be, I guess you could,
All right.
we could get a hold of the payroll clerk and tell her, or
Yeah.
what do you want to do about that?
Yeah, I'll get a hold of them and see what paperwork needs to be signed by whomever. And actually Deb will be there tomorrow. So if there's anything she needs to sign, she'll be available tomorrow.
So I think it being in the minutes is telling it good enough that, yeah, she gets her grade 7, step 5.
Well,
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else? We're off till 11:15, I guess. Okay, now's the time for correspondence. Letter from an auditor about something.
Not ours.
He's not our auditor, is he?
No, it's not ours, some
Oh.
state thing. Oh, I got it.
Yeah, I see it. I don't. know. I'm going, they're not our auditors. But, hey,
A newsletter from the Montana Department of Transportation.
Got that at home, too.
who's on?
And that is it. So,
That's it.
yeah.
That's such a good idea to throw that online so that everybody can see it out in Zoom land and know what we're looking at too.
I know, that's why I like the front cover. That's the copy.
We'll move right into public comment. TVFM.
This is Elena for the record. You'll be hearing more from TVFM. You don't know who it is, you'll know about it later. But anyway, I noticed that you have a meeting tomorrow. And it's going to be at another location. Wait a minute, what day is the meeting? The 15th,
Yes.
Yeah.
is that a yes? It's tomorrow,
Yes,
right?
yes, that's tomorrow.
Okay, and I noticed that it's gonna be at a different location, a different day. And maybe you should look into this, but it should have been posted or published in the newspaper. Blaine may want to check into that since it's a different time, different place. It is a public meeting. It's not at the usual time and place that you usually have your meetings.
10-4. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here.
Any more public comments?
The road crew. Agreement was signed, so we're correct.
1.2%, right, yeah, okay, I got that working out. So she bumped a grade and several steps, yes.
So the grade was bumped,
Or the-
decided that we'd move area 5 to a 7, grade 7.
Oh, okay, all of area 5.
Yes, all of area 5 is
She's
grade
got it
7.
Okay, for now, but I need it for my, oh, yeah, yeah.
And then what her supervisor felt that because she's a CNA,
Yeah,
that she'd be a step 5.
perfect, okay, just so I know, we're gonna start them at 7.
Yeah, and then her anniversary date would be December 1 instead of November.
Correct.
Yeah, going forward. Yeah.
Perfect, thank you very much, thank you, Betty.
Well, you got Arby's paying $15 an hour, 401k.
Yeah.
And this is their health insurance. It's crazy world out there,
But, yeah.
Pulse and McDonald's, $20.
is it? Walmart, you said it was $20 place, yeah, so to keep up with the.
Yeah.
This is a good job, they can kind of work their own hours, right?
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
there's still competition on there,
Well, and they have a hard time getting people.
yeah.
Maybe they'll be able to find them.
So what's on the agenda for next week?
So next week, we have Vicky coming in to do cash reports. We have Judge calling in. We have some resolutions. We have,
So do you want me to explain the resolution?
yes,
So generally in January, you do like the meeting hours and the per diem and the jail rates. I just thought potentially getting that on early just for discussion on what you guys wanted in the resolution. Then they could be on for first reading January 4th, so nothing you have to decide upon, but just look at. I don't know if you have any changes to them. As far as the jail rate, I don't think the sheriff had any changes. And then, all right,
What are you
request
doing?
for qualifications.
oh, yeah.
and then
Oh,
see what they want to step.
You're going like this.
The other question.
Gail, what do you have?
Hi, Commissioners, thanks. I am now on the Action Inc. board, which Mike Cahill was on that board previously. It was Human Resource. So I went last month and I have a printout for you that I will leave. I'll probably email it to Billy. I just didn't know if you want me to come and report that every other month or what your wishes are.
I don't know. What do you think?
Sure.
I'd be glad to do it. That would be fine because Headwaters is that same day. So if you guys are okay with it, it might be the following week or the week after. I'll just get put on the agenda and then come on, report about both of those.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay,
Thank you, Gail.
Thank you.
Okay, so Billy, if you put me on the schedule, I'd appreciate it for next week.
Yep.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you.
okay, TVFM.
Sorry, I didn't even mute you, Elena. I thought I didn't hit ask to unmute. There we go.
Okay, now I'm unmuted. Oh,
There we go.
jeez. Anyway, thanks, Gail. You reminded me of something. The Big Sky Passenger Rail Authority representatives, my term is up soon. And you're going to have to pick somebody or reassign me. I'm up for reassignment. I enjoy doing it. Things will be different this year. So if you could put me on the agenda also to discuss it, and if anybody else would like to apply for it. And in 2022, you'll be getting more reports on what's going on. And the term, I believe, all the terms will be for 3 years. So my term will be for 3 years if I get reappointed. As I said, I am interested. I enjoy doing it, and I think it's a great deal. That's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena.
Thanks for being on there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Little deep Martin, let us know. Goodies, good goodies.
Winter advisory.
No,
For Granite County.
somebody looked out the window, huh?
Yeah.
Advice is no.
Butte, Blackfoot region. Georgetown Lake, Highway 12. When? From 5 PM this afternoon
Yeah.
to 5 PM. Oh, this is yesterday's,
Yeah, it's supposed to
Tuesday.
get over about 10 o'clock tonight.
Get over.
But then
With snow about 10 o'clock.
more coming Thursday.
Yeah. Bring the- bring the-
So it's snowing down your way then? Oh, nice fresh tracks there in the morning.
I got
Cat season?
Huh?
Cat season?
I got meetings, I got bored out meeting. I never got that tabletop until today.
Oh, you did?
So that, yeah,
Never had a meeting set up.
the tabletop thing, wasn't it advertised?
Yeah.
I did, I might have hit something too, because I was going through all mine.
I don't know about it, was it in the paper or, it doesn't have, what?
It wasn't.
Yeah, it doesn't
But
need to
was
be.
sent out.
I
I
don't
guess-
know. Oh, okay.
Guys haven't been doing it, but you can if you want certain things.
We're only having one commissioner there.
Right,
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
yeah, no, that's fine. I mean,
It's pretty interesting.
I'll be there.
Trying to fool how they got it broken down and stuff, it's, yeah, it's pretty interesting.
So because there's not gonna be a forum,
There won't from our side, but potentially from the town, like the town council or.
It can, I mean, I see it being run informally, but
Yeah.
I still do public comment.
Yeah.
Okay, board minutes.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes for December 7th, 2021.
I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
I
Aye. So we're adjourned.
adjourned. Okay.
Good job, you guys.
Well, thanks for showing up.
See you guys ever coming back?